Eastside Dave here, and I'm with my partner Stanley Mack. Of course, you know us as the Eastside Dave and Son Wrestling Show, the only father-son wrestling podcast in the world. And we're extremely excited because a few weeks ago we got to talk to Chris Jericho, and now we're talking to someone who I am going to say right now is bigger than Chris Jericho. I think that is, you can't even deny that or debate that. We're very excited to talk to Paul Wight of AEW.
Thank you guys very, very much for having me. By the way, I love the fact that it's a father and son show. I love the fact that your son's nice enough to carry you through the show. So we know where the real talent is.
Paul, I'm not going to disagree with you in any way, shape, or form. I'm recognized by our own audience as the heel, and he's the babyface.
You're definitely a heel. He's the babyface. You get that right away. There you go.
Well, first, congratulations on everything. Your career is going incredibly, and we want to promote instantly your brand new role in the film Marcus. This is something that I'm like really, really interested in because we've watched you become this great actor, and you're fantastic. But you're always great in the comedic roles. But in Gus, seems like a little more serious, a little more dramatic.
Yeah, that's one of the things that drew me into Marcus. Was it was a different role for me. It wasn't the role isn't predicated on my size. It isn't predicated on my comedic timing. It's really a role with some guts, some heart to it, and it's about the relationship between two human beings. And our main character, Marcus, is played by Owen Miller. It's really a great insight on the struggle that people have with mental health issues. You know, we've seen a lot of great films in the past of the actions on the outside of someone with mental health issues. This is a great film of what's really going on the inside. You really get to sit back and go, so that's what it's like. And for me, I thought it was a very powerful message to help a lot of people out there. It's a conversation we should have a lot more of on mental health and how to communicate. Because my character, Gus, is basically Marcus's only friend in this film. And I know there's something wrong, but like most folks, I don't know how to communicate or how to help with Marcus. I want to, but it's just a subject you don't broach. You know, you try to be encouraging, you try to be helpful, and I think Gus does a great job of kind of doing the right thing by not saying the atypical, hey, get over it, that kind of thing. And Owen Miller does a great job of looking for hope in this film, because we know mental health issues is about looking for hope. And the relationship he has with his daughter, played by Katana Malone, their relationship is very powerful. And there's just a lot of relatable, powerful things going on in this film that, in a dramatic way, I was super proud to be a part of.
It sounds great. Stanley Mack, do you have a question for Paul?
How has AEW been different than the WWE?
Well, for me, it's been a nice relief, Mr. Stanley Mack. It's been a change because for 4 decades in the WWE, I worked 5 nights a week, very intense schedule, and it was very hard for me to pursue outside projects. However, with AEW, Tony Khan also gave me a unique opportunity to get into commentary, which is something that I always wanted to do. I felt like it was a great transition in wrestling to go from in-ring performing to go to commentary to help promote a lot of ways like Gorilla Monsoon did to help enhance the talent, but also bring a little bit of expertise from the ring and still be a part of an industry that I love. I know you guys are big wrestling fans, so definitely. You guys can empathize and understand with still wanting to be a part of the business. And also the freedom to do outside projects. I mean, Tony has been super supportive on a lot of outside projects that I'm doing. This Marcus being one with a great message, and a couple other projects I've got in the fire that, I have the freedom and the ability to do it. And it's at this stage of the game for me, it's not necessarily about going out and making that almighty dollar. It's about doing things that are challenging and also motivating for myself.
It's pretty amazing. Last year, I was thinking about this. In like a 3 or 4 month time period, the Rock's Jungle Cruise came out. Dave Bautista was in Dune. John Cena was in Peacemaker. These are all great projects. And here's Paul Wight. I'm going to say, There's got to be a Mount Rushmore of wrestlers turned active thespians, and you have to be. It's got to be you four, right? It's got to be you.
Wow.
Rock,
I would definitely say those three without a doubt. I mean,
and you.
Well, it's very
What you
humble. I'm working on it. I might be at the ticket booth before you see Mount Rushmore. I haven't got on the mountain yet. We'll work on it. But, the success that all three of those guys have had has really opened up. Definitely Rock has opened up. We all owe a debt of gratitude to Rock for opening up Hollywood to the ability for us as performers to perform and also bring our audience over, because we have very loyal fans that want to see us, also do our wrestling, but also do other things. And the success that these three guys have had, Dave Bautista, Blade Runner, Dune, all these different Riddick, all these different films that Dave is really, I Spy, like he's done such a great job, and John Cena has just knocked it out of the park with everything he's done as well. Peacemaker has been absolutely fantastic. John's comedy comes through, because that's one thing about John. In real life, he's a very funny guy. Like, he's always real serious, John Cena in the ring, but outside the ring, John's one of the funniest guys I know. Like, he's got a real dry, witty sense of humor. Yeah. And so to see those guys succeed, it gives inspiration to me. And those guys are a different type of character. Those guys are let's be honest, those guys are good-looking leading role types. My thing is I've always been the big bad guy, the bodyguard, or the comedy end of it. So for me to be able to kind of sink my teeth into something a little different and do this role in this dramatic film, I'm super proud of. That's the whole thing. You got to be able to put work forth and convince in one way or another. You got to convince other people that you can do the job. Because making movies is a business. It's about selling tickets, just like wrestling, and they're going to pick the best talent they can to sell that main event, to sell the tickets, to sell the pay-per-views. At the same time with acting and movies, they're going to pick the best actor for the performance. So it's a hard work, and it's a little bit of a struggle, but I accept the challenge, and hopefully Marcus will help that demo reel and say, oh, he can do that too. Let's give him a shot.
We got one last one, then we'll let you go. We know you're a busy man. By the way, don't ever say that you're not good looking. I put you right there with Cena and Batista. Come on. Wait a second. Batista and you are similar, handsome, large fellas.
Yeah, but Dave's got the body of a Greek god. I look like a shaved Yeti. It's completely different.
All right, stay back. What's the question for Paul? And then we gotta let him go.
Who's the best big man in wrestling history?
Best big man. I have two. My two
outside of yourself.
Favorites.
Outside of yourself.
No. I wouldn't even put myself in this category. That's not my MO, dude. But
no.
I would say the two best would be Undertaker and Kane, without a doubt. I just to be around the talent of those. I think Kane's one of the best big men of all time, because Kane works a little bit different character than Undertaker. Undertaker's a phenom. There's never anything like Undertaker. There'll never be anyone like Undertaker who's had that presence and that immortal character. But the in-ring working and being the big guy and selling and being a heel and all the things that Kane has done. Like, Kane could work with anyone, literally. Like, that's the thing in wrestling. You always say, oh, the guy's so good, he can work with a broomstick. Glenn Jacobs can definitely do that. So I'll always say Glenn Jacobs is the best big man of all time, me personally.
Good question, Standing Mac. Well, listen.
Great question.
Honestly, Paul, we've been talking a lot to a lot of people. We've gotten to talk to so many megastars in our time, but we have been looking forward to talking to you for a long time. So we're extremely thrilled to have talked to you today. And honestly, the AEW is on fire. You had a legendary WWE and WCW career, and the acting is really incredible. You're really solid stuff. Comedic, dramatic. Marcus is the name of the film, and you should be checking your streaming services, your local theaters. Marcus,
Apple, Hulu, all that stuff. So anywhere you rent your movies, you can find Marcus, and it's a good film It's a very dramatic film, but it's a good film on understanding mental health issues and also the search for hope.
Thank you so much.
Star Wars.
Well, Paul, thank you so much. You're the man. We really appreciate it. Mac, you want to say something to Paul before we go? Say anything you want.
Say anything you want, Mac.
Just say goodbye then.
Goodbye. And check out Marcus.
Good job. Yes, check out Marcus. Job.
See, he's a real talent, man. He's a real talent. Hey, I think your allowance should be raised. I'm just letting you know. You should get a bigger allowance. I got your back. I'll sign the petition. Thanks, guys.
The great Paul Wight. Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thanks, Paul.